TPP.
Call Jamie Ross.
I move that the question be now put.
I call Stephen Browning.
Mr Chair, rise to take a call on the tariff-free trade agreement between New Zealand and the Republic of Korea Amendment Bill. The Greens aren't supporting this bill. We would like to see fair trade rather than free trade. We've got a number of concerns with the free trade agreement. There's no opportunity for Parliament to vote on the free trade agreement itself, and this is only legislation around it that deals with legislative changes such as the tariffs, and there's a number of questions around those tariffs. What really motivates me to get up is that every free trade agreement that we seem to be involved with deals out some New Zealand producers, some New Zealand businesses, some New Zealand wage earners, because it's not even. If it was fair, it would be fine. It is good to see that there are labour and environmental provisions in this agreement, but they do not go far enough. It is still not an even playing field for New Zealand producers of those products that we may bring in from Korea. And that's been time after time after time. It is good, there are benefits, and I acknowledge that for my friends in the kiwi fruit industry, my beef farmer friends, and some in the dairy industry, but some of those, kiwi fruit's probably one of the better ones, they get full benefit, I think, in about 5 years. Beef and dairy are light years away before they get the real benefits of this. And I notice in 5 years' time, 67.4% of the things we're exporting are benefited by it. 10 years, 79.3, 15 years, 97.8. We're nearly there in 15 years. For Korea, the other way around, she's all over Rover. A lot of it is already in 7 years, just 7 years. And then we've got a number of product-specific rules, and I note rice and processed grains. We had to accept more restrictive provisions for certain whole foods and products made from them. There are people in New Zealand that want those products. Why is that not even? Why aren't we getting the same deal as the US and Australia? I think we have sold out rather too easily, and I'm concerned that our producers of products that we will allow in from Korea do not have to meet the same environmental or labour standards. And why should they have to match that? Why aren't we putting up our tariffs on things to make sure that our producers of the very same goods have an absolutely equitable playing field? And I was very concerned to hear that this bill updates the China ISDS provision. Just wait and see as those provisions do bite us in the butt in time. We may not have had a record of being sued just yet, but we all share the neighbours, like Australia and other places, that and friends in Europe and elsewhere that have been subject to those provisions, and other countries in South America and that, by the various corporates. Yes, this does not seem to be maybe quite as bad as what we can expect under the TPP, but it's still heading down that same track. On a note, with the beef being quite a delay before it gets full benefit from any tariff reductions, and I wonder, is that because we've got a bit of a bad track record selling beef over there? We've had a shipment sent back when we found endosulfan, or they found endosulfan residues in beef, and we nearly lost another one, and we then decided we'd get rid of endosulfan off the shelf. Now, wouldn't it be good if the environmental provisions meant that we were actually producing the best product possible, organic type products without any risk of residues in them. We wouldn't need, Mr. Chair.
I call Stefan Browning.
Thank you. We wouldn't need to be going out selling ourselves into a weak outcome, because we would have product that was absolutely top class and being in demand, the best in the world, the most favoured stuff, the genuinely clean, green, 100% pure. We would be getting good deals, not because we've got a track record of some rubbish that's been contaminated because we're a pesticide focused country. This government is doing nothing in here about making sure that we don't get residues back the other way either. But we're not doing anything else to make sure that we've got the best possible product and getting the best, most favourable deals, because we are at the absolutely top of the play in our primary production. So the Greens will be opposing this, but we really look forward to getting some fair trade in the future rather than these free trade agreements that aren't actually fair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.